Listen, man, I told y'all I know a little something about this space here, right? 7 months ago, I told my boy Lush, right? Here in this episode of Lush World, as you can see here, shout out Looney Divine. I told him, I was like, bro, you and Adam gonna be back cool, like just dead all this, water under the bridge, time will pass. I feel like just stop talking about him, bro. Eventually, I'm gonna be cool with Adam. I'm gonna lock in with him. I'm gonna squash this shit. And y'all gonna be back cool, bro. Like, this was a golden time while you were there, and the paradigm of information that you operate from is ridiculous. Like, this nigga knows a little something about everything, right? And that's fire in this space. But I was telling him, like, bro, just dead it, fam. Like, you're in the wrong. Like, you're in the wrong. You shouldn't have done this with the whole Discord situation. You feel me? And you siding with niggas who disrespect you on their platforms. Again, AD, my big bro. I fuck with T-Rail. I fuck with Punt. You feel me? We solid now. But at the time, it was like you were going on their platform and they was playing with you. Like, they was like, like they tried to do with me until I came back around and was like, I'm not something to play with. I can outpod every single one of you niggas sitting together in the line and, you feel me, on your own platform. But they was playing with you. Meanwhile, Adam22, like myself, gave you a huge opportunity. You feel me? And I was like, damn, you shouldn't have done that. That's not cool. But to see them squash it and to see this.
Where would you start? Lush, in your head, where do you think that this presumably lengthy podcast?
I was sitting with Adam 2 months ago, like a month and a half ago. I'm like, bro, that Lush situation, I told him it was hard for me to pod with him because he would go at you so much. But I told him, bro, like, I told Adam, like, man, you should bring him back on. Like, I would love to see that. Like, the Lush is a better podcaster than like a lot of people, majority of people in this space. When he's just potting and not with the extra shit, I know because I potted with the nigga multiple times, and we've kept audiences engaged and without the bullshit. We're just simply talking about serious topics, hip hop and shit. Like, I'm a hip hop head, feel me? So I respect that shit. But to see this, like, everybody message. Hold on, before I even get into it, message Adam right now. Tell him bring Lush back. We need Lush. We need real potting. Shout out to the gang member potters. Shout out to the fat stutterbox potters. Shout out to all the other type of potters there are in the world. We need hip hop potting. Like, you feel me? Let's get back to that one. Let's get back to that one.
I think the fact that it started so naturally, like, kind of, it just, I felt like I was just here last week, and even the way that you texted me to inform me about it was just so trippy.
What'd I say?
I'm at the barbershop, faded as hell. You feel me? Because I was late, so there's someone else hopped in the chair. I go to the damn bar, so I'm faded at the barbershop. You feel me? And then I look at my phone. I'm like doing crazy shit on my phone, just writing whatever. I get a text. It says from Adam22. I'm like, what the fuck? Spam app is this? Because I've got like a few random phone calls from Adam22 this year that you did not call me. I know for a fact.
People clone the number or whatever.
Like
wow.
some weirdos or whatever. Advanced shit. I don't want no smoke. It said, you just said Tuesday 4 p.m. No jumper show, and then you listed the topics you wanted to discuss. And it was basically like there was no other pretense to the conversation. There was no other like, yo, Lush, what's going on? Right? It was just that. And I instantly responded to it, and then we just dialogued a little bit. Tried to call you, you didn't pick up.
I was at the trampoline park.
Well, okay, yeah. And I also figured, like, you know what? Our last interaction really publicly together was on camera. Why not have our first one? And whatever conversation needs to be had between myself and the world and you feel me? Like,
I don't know where the motivation came from at the trampoline park. I was just posted up, and for some reason I was just like, you know what, let's do it. Because I've had a bunch of people.
This was Remo's idea.
From Kenny to Remo, a few different people have suggested it over the last 6 months or whatever. But, you know, like a few people that are like actually within my circle were like, but maybe you should do this. Like, maybe it would be a good idea. And I don't know, something about the energy of the trampoline park maybe made me feel free enough that I felt like maybe we can make this decision.
You know what it might have been? And like this, like, not.
He was always going to do it. He was always going to do it. Because when I talked to him 2 months ago, I was telling him, like, yeah, man, like, you don't think y'all ever would be back on the platform? I was like, y'all should. Like, that time where, like, that era was a dope era, right? He's like, yeah, like, you could tell he wasn't like super reluctant. He wasn't super hesitant. So it was in him, you know, and that's dope that he finally dug deep and was like, fuck it, bro. Like, I don't rock with AD, T-Rail, everybody. I probably would never have them on my platform based on how they feel. But if I can bring somebody that was a part of it, let me do it. You feel me? And that's dope. For us, the viewers, for the niggas that's been around for a minute, this is a big W. You feel me? Big W.
And also, this has nothing to do with the meth cooking skit from yesterday. That was a surprise to me.
No, yeah, that was really funny. The comments totally said that was a great idea. I remember that I think the correlation at the trampoline park could have been because like back in the day you would tell me like Parker says your name, she'll be like say like Lush. It's like
It's been a while since that. Yeah,
you know,
seems like she forgot about that.
Oh, I'm sure she did. It's not
she does talk about bricc maybe from time to time now.
But it's just like I'm just trying to think of a correlation of why at the trampoline park would this be a thing. But I don't know, or maybe it's because I'm bouncing back on these motherfuckers. You feel me? This is my redemption. This is bounce back. I'm at the trampoline park.
Or
of course, you see all these people bouncing. And I'm a big ass kid, of course.
Are you a big ass kid?
I'm Don Julio years old. That's 42. Going on Adam years old. That's 22. You feel me? So like, it is what it is. There's not too many people that are as can combine the eloquence on hip hop culture with firsthand experience while still being entertaining, being an old head that's still influenced and has like, you know, is tapped into youth culture to a degree. I'm basically like the quintessential poster child of like what an old ass man is wearing depends diapers in the 70s that fucks with no jumper.
That nigga just hit it on the head. I told y'all the nigga be know what he talking about when it comes to the hip hop, all that. You know what I mean? That nigga just hit it on the head of what he represents in the space.
Child of like what an old ass man is wearing depends diapers in the 70s that fucks with no jumper would look like.
I would argue though that part of it was that you were someone where almost everybody on the channel, from the house phones to the ADs to the T-Rolls, etc., where they all felt very comfortable letting you know exactly how they felt. Whereas some people on the channel at the time, include like people that people had issues with, they didn't feel comfortable airing out those grievances. Whereas with you, it felt like you were kind of an open book and people were willing to let you know exactly what they thought of you at times.
Well, I feel like that's like the second half. I feel like that's like December to March, like December 22 to March 2023.
Yeah. What I'm missing? Niggas wasn't fucking with you?
It's not that
it sound like niggas wasn't fucking with you.
That's what he's trying to imply.
Wait,
Adam constantly tries to downplay me, and I get it, and it's cool. But you feel me? Like
it felt like you kind of like your existence on the channel helped to usher in an era of extreme toxicity in a sense. And I don't mean that to say that you were being toxic so much as that everyone else kind of felt comfortable heaping it upon you. And I remember that there was a clip that I had a moment where I was, already kind of in a state of turmoil about the direction the channel was going on. And I started watching an academic stream, and he's reacting to, I think, Almighty teeing off on you, and this
teeing off is a very
this is 9-10 months ago, whatever.
What do you mean?
But academic said,
no, I'm not the white boy you found. He's not what the fuck.
He's not Lil Kelpie. This is not Lil Kelpie. No, but there was academic said this looks like a lawsuit to me. This looks like such a toxic work environment that it's hard for me to imagine this ending well. And I felt like in that moment, I kind of like saw what was happening for what it was, and I remember pulling Suspect aside and saying, you got to go a little bit easier on Lush. Like this is getting a little bit too intense.
A lot of people were saying that though, and like I know to an extent, you're not dictated by them, but you do read comments. You do like glance at the Reddit from time to time. Like okay, and so you saw the reaction to his energy, which is like like Suspect is a really intelligent dude. All bullshit aside, he's great for podcasting, but he tends to be a little bit abrasive. That's like his biggest problem as far as resonating with the mass audience. You know what I mean? Like he'll be like, but it also is part of his strength. So it's just about harnessing the energy like a fire hose pause. I feel like if he does, you feel me, he'll be unstoppable in this game. But really, at the time, he was just being a little bit too vitriolic, a little bit too negative. And I came in here with my arsenal of knowledge and willingness.
I like that word.
An arsenal?
No.
Vitriolic.
Yeah.
Vitriolic.
See, he know what's right. He used it on purpose at the right time.
Yeah, just I think that like there was definitely an intention. The way I felt, there was an intention to shift directions and no jumper. Look, we had the live show, greatest energy ever. Am I lying? November 2022.
That was good.
Amazing energy.
The one in the smaller venue was.
He was like, "No, I'll Lush it down." Like I think he was just being he got his granny's heart, right? You feel me?
Is that you posting that?
No,
we
he's just like been around in the rap scene for so long. So like he was like, "No, I'll Lush it down." Like I think he was just being he got his granny's heart, right? You feel me?
Is that you posting?
By AD, yo ass didn't even want me in that motherfucker. AD was like, sit down, kick Yuri ass off. Shouts to my boy Yuri. And
AD was very like anyone who's around, potentially like, come on over. It was good, but also sometimes it was a little chaotic.
I knew AD for many moons prior to my tenure at No Jumper, so that's why like he's just like been around in the rap scene for so long. So like he was like, no, I'll Lush it down. Like I think he was just being he got his granny's heart, right? You feel me?
Shout out my boy AD for creating that opportunity. That's fire, man.
Is that you posting that?
No, everyone says I got my granny's heart.
I've not seen it on Reddit, but
that's like a classic AD quote.
But I feel like that sounds like it's coming from an actual person and not
but
yeah, right. It's making a joke about his grandma having a heart attack, isn't it?
No, what the fuck?
He kind of soft on niggas.
Like how his granny used to treat me.
No, but he has heart issues.
That's not what he's referring to.
That's how I was about.
You out your mind.
What?
This is why I miss you.
That's
crazy.
He's an alcoholic,
bro. That's getting nuts.
The doctor told him he had to stop drinking. He was going to die.
But he wasn't. But that's not what we're referring to.
Maybe I totally misunderstood that meme.
No, the meme is I'm a kind person because my granny instilled certain morality in me.
Oh shit.
So that's why he was like, have Lush on. It was for no reason in particular, whatever.
What the fuck, though?
Nah, man, but just seeing this, man, bro, like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, just soldier butt, man. What do you guys think about my boy Lush being back on No Jumper? I think Lush provides a nice layer to this shit. Like, in terms of potting, take out the ego, take out the hood, take out all of that. And I love that. That's what makes y'all, and that's dope. But sometimes the essence of podcasting comes from the information attained by certain people and the way it's delivered. Some of us might have the same information, but we're not able to deliver it in a way that can be digested by many. So Lush is able to do that, and he's able to do that efficiently. You feel me? But what do y'all think? Let me know something. Jump in the comments.